What's up, guys? I'm Mark,
I'm Alex.
and we're talking the situation with Sony and Marvel regarding Spider-Man. I just wanted to talk about this because I'm really wondering what Marvel is planning to do. Because if I'm correct, I believe that this last film, Spider-Man, what's it called? No Way Home, is the last film that Marvel and Sony have together on their contract. So I'm wondering, is Marvel going to and Sony gonna re-up it and do the same deal they had before, or are they just gonna part ways and there's no Spider-Man in the Marvel universe anymore? Or is there gonna be Spider-Man in the team-up films and then he goes to the Sony films to do solo films? I'm wondering what's going on with that kind of situation. So yeah.
To answer some questions you just posed, I feel it would be a dumb choice, business-wise, to just completely take him out of the MCU. But I mean, if they have to do it, then they have to do it because two businesses try to make a deal, and if the deal's not right, obviously you walk away. But I don't know. I guess it just comes down to the terms. But I don't think it would be a smart choice. But I would hate to see him go, as most of us would. But also,
not me. I like to see him go. I don't like him as Spider-Man.
But also, if he only resorts to team-ups, I feel like that would be a better choice than him walking away. But also, I don't think it would make a lot of sense because then they would have to. Well, not necessarily, because the Hulk kind of does that. And what I was gonna say, but I answered my own question, was that they'd have to explain why he only shows up and team-ups. But I mean, the Hulk already does that, and there's little explanation given. So.
Black Widow does it too.
Black Widow does it too. Hawkeye.
So I mean, they can do it like that. I honestly think that would be the safest way to go. Have Tom Holland, Spider-Man, and Sony, and have the solo films, but then also have them in Marvel when they need them for the team up. But Marvel would then have to work around, incorporate some type of story for the other characters maybe.
Yeah.
And not bring them into the MCU, but you have to mention, what's going on.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's another issue with Marvel right now. Same thing regarding Spider-Man, is that there's so many people that are in New York.
That's right.
And there's so much going on, but it only looks like there's only one superhero every single time something is going on. For some reason, it always seems that way now, and they're getting to that point where they're gonna have to, figure it out. Every movie is gonna have to be some type of team-up movie, not like to the extent of the Avengers or something, but you're gonna have 2 or 3 heroes there doing something. You're gonna have Spider-Man and Daredevil do something in a movie.
That'd be awesome.
You're gonna have to have a lot. Punisher in there. You're gonna have to have a lot going on in every single movie now, because it's getting pretty big with all these characters. So they're gonna have to figure that out. And if they do that Sony and Marvel, connected universe thing, they're gonna have a lot more to think about with that.
Yeah, and I don't know what I mean, because of course No Way. Well, firstly, I hate that title. I think it's absurd. But No Way Home is gonna tie into Doctor Strange, the next Doctor Strange, which in turn will tie into WandaVision, which would in turn tie into Loki, I believe. So I don't know, if this really is goodbye, I feel like they're gonna use that as a way to get rid of him, I guess. Because I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up, but Multiverse of Madness is an amazing title, and of course it gives you, like all the other ones, it gives you a little hint of what to expect in said film. So I hope that we get something from that. Jumping into different universes, seeing different realities, which of course is what most people are thinking, but of course that we could be completely wrong. But I hope we get a glimpse into, if he has to say goodbye, I hope we get a glimpse into what life after Tom Holland Spider-Man in the MCU is like.
because then they could. I mean, you never know. They could bring not a new not a literal brand new actor or anything for Spider-Man. Maybe they, go. Well, maybe, but maybe they go when they're in the multiverse doing all that stuff. What if they bring in a Miles Morales, right? So and they switch them out. Well, no, they still can't do that. Never mind.
What if they find a universe where Ben is alive and he decides to stay?
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
No, I'm just kidding.
No. But I mean, it could be a lot of things. But it's just if Marvel doesn't have those rights, they don't have a contract with Sony anymore, you won't be able to use any of the Spider-Man characters anyway.
Yep.
So it's just they need to come to a deal to figure it out. And I honestly don't think they are going to, because I think Sony right now is in the mindset that we're making money with Venom made a good amount of money. Venom 2 I'm sure will make good money. Morbius will be fine. And then with Kraven the Hunter.
I agree with the Venom. And I agree with Sony probably thinking that they're going to be okay. Because, I mean, they did okay with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. And they're doing okay with the first Venom movie. But the second one, I don't think it'll reach the same height the first one did. And Morbius, I have little to no confidence in that one at all. But, who knows?
I'm expecting that one to be really good. Morbius. I'm expecting it, and maybe I shouldn't be doing that, but I'm expecting it to be good.
I mean, of course it has potential. Yeah. Because
Venom 2, I agree with you. I feel like it's gonna be a letdown from the first, but I don't know how. It's not like the first was like.
No, I just mean good. Oh yeah, I agree, but I mean I don't think it'll make the same money the first one did.
Yeah.
The first one. I don't want to be wrong, but it got to like 800 million, didn't it?
I think so.
Or around there. So I don't feel this second one will reach that height unless word of mouth goes around. But I don't see it. I would probably say it would probably get to like 6 or 7, but I don't see it reaching that same like 800 million that the first one made.
Yeah.
And I hope that Sony does not just think that they can just manage it, which they probably can, to be honest, but I hope that they don't just try to walk away because they feel that they can do it on their own, because their connection with Disney is very beneficial, more so to Sony, because originally, if I recall correctly, or at least this is what I heard, that Sony pretty much got creative control, but Disney is the one who made the movie, so Sony wasn't really pumping that much money into it. So for them, it was completely beneficial, but of course Disney wanted to rework the deal.
Yeah, because I think they're the one who distributes the movie. Yeah. Sony distributes the movie. Yeah. So regardless, they make a lot of money coming back to them.
Yeah. So I hope that Disney doesn't just try to bully them. I hope that they do have a lengthy civil conversation, but I just hope he stays, because I think that it would be. I just hate for the fans to lose Spider-Man, essentially. So I hope something does get worked out.
Hopefully. Well, that's all. That's all that's been on my mind. It's just I'm wondering what's gonna happen with that, because it's getting closer. So we're gonna get a trailer. I believe we're gonna get a trailer either this week or the next. I think that's like rumor type information, but maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
Because there's still a lot of potential in the MCU, but there's also a lot of potential growing up with Venom, both Venoms, Morbius, and we'll see how those connect to each other.
Yeah.
And who knows? What if they swerved us this whole time and they're actually like Disney and Sony are bestest of friends, and all this is just paper drama
that no one knows about. Yeah. We're just speculating on everything that's coming out. So,
because I don't want to jump to conclusions, but at the end of the Morbius trailer, you see Michael Keaton, and of course we assume that it's Toomes.
Yeah.
But
And in the Morbius trailer, you don't see on the wall. People tell me, I don't know why, that it's Tom Holland Spider-Man. Clearly, it's not Tom Holland Spider-Man. It's Tobey Maguire Spider-Man on the wall that has murderer written on it. So we can assume that Morbius he's in Tobey's world. You know what I mean? Like but then at the end you go with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
So then it's confusing because you don't know what's happening with that.
Because I mean, this could be another swerve, but shoot, like we're just aiming for the fence.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I just really want this to blossom into something beautiful. I really do.
And hopefully it does, because I'm really expecting, like for No Way Home to be great. I'm Multiverse of Madness, same thing. Hopefully, Loki, if it ties in, because it starts this coming Wednesday.
Yes.
So hopefully that's great too, and we get to see more of what's going on if it connects with everything with the multiverse and all that. Just hopefully everything is answered, so we don't have to worry.
I just hope this doesn't lead into another Spider-Verse thing, because it doesn't look like
It is.
Like we already got that. We don't need to see it again.
It's gonna lead to a full Spider-Verse movie with Miles Morales.
Okay, well, if you're listening, please do the actual Spider-Verse story with them going to different realms, killing all the Spider-Man. I want to see that. I want to see Madam Web doing the web of reality. I want to see that. I don't want to see this. We get 3 iterations of Spider-Man come into Miles. I don't want to see that. I want to see the real Spider-Verse. Okay, I don't care. Put all the money in the world into that movie and make it good. Hire Michael Bay to direct.
Oh my God.
Hire Hans Zimmer to do the soundtrack, and have Zack Snyder be your director of photography. No, have John Williams do the score.
Oh my God.
Just to do whatever, but just don't overdo the Spider-Verse thing, because the comic was awesome. The animated movie I enjoyed a lot, but that's supposed to get a sequel.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck they're gonna do now, but I don't even know why they call it Spider-Verse. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I like the book. I like the animated movie. So I hope they don't try to, because I feel like if they try to do it in live action, that'll be a little too much. That this is another Spider-Verse thing that we're getting when the movie's only 3 years old, 2-3 years old. So it's
it's not far off.
So it's like, come on, don't be wrong. Part of me would still want to see it, but I feel like it'd be a little too much.
If it comes out, he'll go see it.
Yeah, for sure.
So it'll be okay.
Spider-Man is my favorite.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay if they do.
But okay, whatever.
But I think that's all I had. I think that's everything.
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah, guys, that's our thoughts on all that, and hopefully, it actually does blossom.
Yeah.
All right.
And in case something is announced before this video comes out, but
maybe we're right, maybe we're wrong.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it.
All right, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button and come back and check back for more.